The next one, we are doing what's called a box and whiskers plot. When we do a box and whiskers plot, the first thing we have to do is get our data in order. So either in Excel or on your graphing calculator, we want to sort our data. So, whichever one you prefer, type all those numbers in. Just to make this go a little faster, why don't a couple of you do number 4 and then the other two do number 5, and we'll let Anton do number 6. He has to do it by himself. That way we won't have to wait and sort on every one of them.
So we got one, number 1?
So you get to do number 1, yep. And while they're doing number 1, you two can do number 2, and that way, or number 5 actually. And that way when we get to that one, they'll be all sorted, and we'll let Anton sort number 6 for us so that when we get to number 6, it'll be ready to go. We won't have to wait forever. So, remember how to get them in your list and get your list sorted in order. We'll have lots of practice with that. Okay, so give me your numbers in order for number 4 here.
$52,
57,
57, 58,
8,
64, 64, 66, 67, 68, 70, 75, 75, 76, 78, 79, 80, and 83.
I wrote too big. Once I have my list in order, I'm going to separate them into, first of all, half, and then into quarters to do my box and whisker plot. So in this one we have, how many numbers on our list? Does it tell us, or do we have to count? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 numbers on our list, right? So if I have 16 numbers on my list, halfway would be between 8 and 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that point right there is my median, or my middle of my thing, right? Now I got to divide it up into quarters. So if I divide that up into quarters, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on each side, so I can divide it up into 4 and 4, right? Now what I want to do is find the average, since that split halfway between. If I would have had an odd number, I would have had a value right in the middle, and I would have hit that value, but we have to average. In this case, the average is 64 and 64, well, that's going to be 64, right? Over here, if I have 68 and 70, the average of that would be 69, right? Halfway between 68 and 70 would be 69. If you're not sure, add them together and divide by 2. Over here, we want to be halfway between 76 and 78. 77. So once we found those points, we are now going to make what's called the box and whiskers plot. My whiskers are my two end values, my smallest number and my biggest number. So 52 is going to be somewhere down here, and 83 is going to be somewhere over here. In between that, I'm going to have my box. My box is my range from my first quartile to my third quartile here. And so I'm just going to make my box in the middle somewhere. It probably should be drawn a little straighter, but okay. This mark right here should be at 64. And they're just going to have a little line that connects that. That's the whisker. This one over here is going to be at my 77. See, if I drew it closer, it would be more to scale. because the distance between here and there would, yeah, they'd probably be all right. And then my median, my middle, is just going to have a little line here, and that's going to be a 69. And so my box and whiskers chart is going to look something like that. Of course, you guys are probably better at art than I ever was, and so your drawing probably looks prettier than mine. So my 2 end points, and then my first quartile, my median, and my last quartile for my box. You know when you got that sketched out, so I can move the board.
I have a question. So, this and this is for.
Yep. This is the average of these two numbers. This is the average of those two numbers. And that is the average of these two numbers. That should be a 77. Did I write 79? No, I wrote 77. That's supposed to be a 77.
Why is this up here then? Or is this just the average of this one?
That was the average of that, but that was my scribbling.
So 69 is the median of 52 and 83?
It's the median of this list of values. It's not the mean, it's the median. It's the middle value.
Okay, so that's why it goes in the middle.
That's why it goes in the middle. And 69 is closer to 64, so that bar should be closer to the 64 end than to the 77 end, if I would draw it properly. You're going to have a little slidey thing. You'll see when you put it in there. It'll look prettier than mine. All right, so my sorters for number 5. You want to give me your numbers in order there for number 5?
24.
Who's going to read and the other one's going to verify? Moretta? 29?
No, 25.
25.
27. 32. 32. 40. 40. 42. 43. 44. 47. 47. 48. 52. 52. 53. 60. 61.
I got them all smushed in there. All right. How many numbers? Well, I can tell. We have 18 numbers on our list. This one told me. They were nice. 18 numbers on our list. So if I want to split that in half, I'm going to have 9 and 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I want to split them into quarters. So if I divide this in half, since I have 9 numbers, my middle one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 32. I don't have to average that one because it's right in the middle. I don't have to average the two values. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 52 is going to be the middle one on that list. So the only one I have to find the average of is my median here. Average of 43 and 44, I would be halfway between those. I would have 43.5, right? If you're not sure, add them together and divide by 2. Find the average of those two numbers. So, making my box and whiskers, my starting value going to be at 24. My ending value going to be at 61. My box is going to be somewhere in the middle of that. I should actually probably draw it closer to whatever end it should be, but I'm going to just stick it in the middle. 32 was my first quartile. So I'm going to make my line there. My median was at 43.5. Let's see, this one was at 52, 43.5. That'd be a little closer to 52. We'll just say it's about there. Finish my little whisker there. And it's going to look something sort of like that when I'm done. So when it says divided up into quartiles, they're talking about into fourths, right? They'll also talk about the inner quartile range, which will be from here to here, if you've read your chapter 3. If not, you're going to read that for next week, right? Number 6. Anton, you were in charge of that one. 27. 28. Whoops, if I could write, I'd make it 28.
29, 31, 32, 33, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 45, 49, 50, 52, 53. That's it.
Man, that's fast. I hope I got all those written down right. We'll find out. All right, so on this list we have 19. So if I'm going to do 19, the middle, the median value would be which one? The ninth one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, nope, that's not right, unless I don't have my numbers written down right. 19, half of 19.
Yeah, there's 19.
1, 2, 7, 8. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We gotta go 10. Half of 19 would be 9.5, right? Now I erased that number. What was that number?
40.
40? I grabbed a different color. Half of 19 would be 9.5, so I've got to go up to 10. Right? I'd have 9 on each side then. Now if I double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on that side. Now it looks like I'm on the middle one. So 41 is going to be I look at number 6, number 7, number 5, and then I won't put that different now. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So the middle one would be 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got 4 on each side. So half of 9 is 4.5. So 5. The fifth one is going to be in the middle. On the other side, same thing. I have 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should split that in half so that I have 4 on each side of that. So my starting number is going to be my 27. My ending number is going to be my 53. My box is going to be somewhere in the middle of that. My first quartile starts at 32. My median is at 41, and my next quartile is at 45. And see, I drew my 41 closer to my 45 than it would look more like it should.